Incorporation Costs Explained. Incorporating a new corporation. I always find it fascinating to see incorporation costs presented on the internet, with only a component of the final cost all too often being presented as the advertising gimmick, when in fact there are many further costs that must be added onto that initial component or would prove highly beneficial to the individual incorporating the company. Let's proceed to break down the various cost components directly involved in incorporating a new corporation and look at the reasons for differences in costs associated with each of these cost components. The most fundamental cost is the government's cost for incorporating the corporation, which is dependent upon the jurisdiction that you select to incorporate, be that state, provincial, or federal government. Each incorporating jurisdiction has its own incorporation legislation, established procedures and fees, which are definitive and certain. Next, there is a cost associated with attaining the corporation's name. Typically, this involves a preliminary review of the proposed name, reservation of the name, and the administrative costs associated with completing these prior two steps. Naturally, you can forego these three costs if you proceed with a numbered company. However, if you are going to undertake actual business, do you really want to conduct all your official business using a multi-digit numbered company as the official corporate name? This can be highly problematic, while the costs associated with registering and associating a business name to the numbered company can very easily exceed the cost of naming the corporation at the outset, while not fully resolving the problems associated with having a numbered company. Next, there is the administrative costs associated with filing the incorporation with the appropriate government corporate registry. Many online systems and walk-in corporate registries combine this service with a do-it-yourself procedure to complete the core incorporation forms, providing templates for these and other aspects of the incorporation process. However, as with almost everything in life, you get what you pay for. And when it comes to do-it-yourself incorporations, this is no different. You save on the lawyer's fees, but is it really worth it? If you don't proceed with the do-it-yourself route, you will be incurring lawyers' fees for their legal counsel on how to best set up the corporation to meet your specific business objectives, corporate structuring, and shareholding, with the lawyer hopefully being engaged to provide options and strategies based upon their inquiry into what the corporation is intended to do and how it can best achieve those goals. They will also prepare specific legal paperwork that constitutes the corporate minute book, including corporate bylaws, corporate minutes, initial meeting paperwork, share issuance, corporate registers, etc., which the online services oftentimes provide as generic templates. Corporate lawyers will also provide guidance and suggestions with respect to next steps for the corporation following its incorporation, given that there tends to be other governmental agencies and regulatory bodies that need to be engaged to complete further paperwork to enable the new corporation to commence business operations. In this new era of online incorporations, it is also possible to rely exclusively upon your own printer-generated incorporation paperwork. Nevertheless, certain individuals do prefer more professional-looking incorporation materials, including corporate minute books, share certificates, and corporate seals. These represent additional costs, which can generally be ordered online in various forms of completion or acquired through one's lawyer, should a lawyer be engaged to undertake the incorporation. With respect to federal incorporations, it should be noted that federal corporations need to be extra-provincially registered in each province within which they conduct business, with the specific criteria for each province needing to be reviewed to determine whether or not extra-provincial registration is required. The same applies to a corporation that is incorporated in one province and meets the threshold criteria to carrying on business in another province. to be necessitated to extra-provincially register in that province. Although there are certain exceptions, extra-provincial registrations typically involve separate government fees, administrative fees, lawyer fees, and possibly further name reservation fees. Furthermore, with non-standard corporations such as unlimited liability companies, not-for-profit corporations, and professional corporations, among others, there tend to be different fee rates and often additional fee requirements, such as fees payable to one's professional society or association, together with very specific paperwork, some of which we intend to cover in separate videos on those topics. For business and corporation and corporate legal matters, contact our law firm for experienced legal advice in the advancement of your corporate enterprise. Thank you.